There. Good enough. Good enough. Greetings. Greetings. It is I, Low Energy Videos, once called the most handsome boy in all of Delaware. Before they tried to lynch me for seceding from the Union. It was a wild time in the 80s. So, let's talk about this. Assassin's Creed 3. First of all, where was I? I do apologize. I was talking on Discord. And I didn't bother to check all the clocks around me. Or set notification. But I did all the other stuff. Had me dinner, did me workout. Full of coffee. Might even go and get more. And we're going to need some oomph because this game... I don't hate it. But I see all the problems starting to build up with the series, with this game. So... Assassin's Creed... Assassin's Creed 3 gives us base management, and it gives us tons of guns, and it gives us a new character. It also gives us our first look at the ships. It'll be a while yet before we get one. But it's clearly the most fun of the entire game. It is. Because Connor sucks as a character, especially compared to Ezio. And... there's a lot to do. Now, I haven't played the DLC, Tyranny of King Washington. I know it's absolutely hilarious, the premise. And I don't know, I also never played the remaster. I tried to play the original here with you guys, but it fell apart. Much like my love life and my hair. So, this lighting is making me look like I've got a giant sort of... But listen, all things aside, number 1, like, share, subscribe. Number 2, check out the links down below. And number 3, important, this will be the only episode of this I will show on YouTube. All future ones will be over on Twitch. Link in the doobly-doo, so go follow me over there. I'm getting sick of hearing this song, so let's just jump into it. I got all the bonus items for playing every game up to this point. And yes, we did play Assassin's Creed 4 years ago. I might play Assassin's Creed 4 on my own time. Of course, we're calling him Desmond. Because we never have to worry about Desmond after this, do we? Des be gone.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously.
IQ.
Maybe we should have. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call Pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years. Even longer if you believe the stories of their origins.
Yep.
I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty. beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything.
Who's starting the series at Assassin's Creed 3?
Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was
Boring,
done, he trained.
cool.
He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked, we think.
Lame.
Soon, though, soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it will bring,
2012.
only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fraction.
Oh my god.
These voices from the first
This is a
civilization,
bad
the
opening.
ones who came before. A precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden.
Oh,
and
come
we
back,
stand
Ezio.
at his side, ready to support him, however we can. His name
He looks so
is Desmond
dorky.
Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
Oh no, baby. It ain't the end. It ain't even near the end. They made her boobs smaller. I don't appreciate that.
We're here.
Why does he look so like he's a junkie?
Let's go.
Okay, I'll hire it up a bit. It's weird. It says it has borderless on, but no, it doesn't. That's gonna make life complicated. I suppose I could do windowed, maybe for next time. Right. So number one, like I said, who starts on the third one? And it's not even the third one. It's like the fifth or the sixth one now. We did them all. We did 1, we did 2 with all its DLCs. We did the other 2 with all their DLCs. Including the last one, which barely worked. At the time, we all thought this was it for the series. It was done, it was dusted. They were talking about starting a new one up by the name of Watch Dogs. Good job there. And, you know, Far Cry was making it's starting to have its big old splash too. Ubisoft was kind of at its peak. Nowadays it's borderline dead, which is good because, well, the series is played its part. Ubisoft's played its part. But, you know, right, back to game. So, I say that and immediately have to go back to OBS. Thank you. Oh, and on top of that, look at my green screen. Know what? Know what? Know what? Know what? Let's be even harder to see. It's so weird. Like, it's off by so much. Ooh, that's very hard to see. Oh, that's not. This is all terrible. This is all just awful. Green. Look at this. Like, it's so crazy. You move an inch on this thing and it just changes up. I think this is the year I get rid of the green screen, in all fairness. Like, it's just unpleasant to use. Wow. Speaking of unpleasant. It's me. It's Lev. He is invisible no longer. Yes, he is. Yeah. Yeah. You see, this whole room's too saturated for the green screen. What I need is some proper lighting to make it work. At this point, you know, why don't I just use the... Cool. Why don't I just use it, you know? Why don't I just start using the... something or other. Would you like that, kids? Would you like a something or other? No! Me either. Then we went off and were friends. Yeah, you know what? You know what? No green screen today. Just no green screen today. No. You're ruining the illusion. That's what ruined it for you? Obviously, I need to re-buckle it and such, but they're going to be changing up the apartment pretty soon. At least that's what they said. No one came around today. Yeah, they look like action figures that haven't even fully gained sentience.
In another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
Shut up, Whitley. Okay, just randomly cut away like that. Sure. All the different textures loading in. Like, this is on highest setting too. Like, they remastered it just so it can play on modern tech. Making this motherfucker here look like a goddamn caveman with the way he's posed and everything. Tutorial mode.
I think we're here.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Don't be silly. No? Okay. Suppose we got all the fancy glowing lights. That makes up for it. Bop! Let's have a feel around, see how he runs and shit. Well, there'll be a tutorial and what have you, but eh. It's a wound tattoo. My God, of course. Triangles.
The key. You must find the key.
Is it like...
Son? Sir.
Bah.
Here we go again.
Desmond?
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding.
I don't know, but your face looks like you have jaundice or something.
So naturally, you dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay?
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. There's no idea where it is, though.
Look at his head
Guess
bobs.
that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
Okay, Desmond. While you were, visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there.
How come it looks more basic than back in the template?
Okay, Desmond. Let's practice climbing on these objects.
Well, it's basically the exact same game as before in that regard, so that's good. Don't have to relearn random shit.
Free run your way through this little obstacle course.
Wait the fuck up. Come on, Lev, fuck up. It's what you're best known for. And your pretty eyes.
That's a constraint. These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond. Follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars.
Ah! What the hell was a bloody Templar?
All you have to do here is jump the gap.
That works, I suppose. Whee! Wanna try it again there, Lev? Okay. Wanna try it again there, Lev? Okay. Maybe it's a little different. Maybe. I don't like all the geometric shapes all the time. Right. Now we go here, 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 here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look. It's subtly forming things.
Synchronization levels look good now. We should be able to build the world. Time to find out what the temple wants from you.
This is still creative. Played out nowadays, but it's, you know, you gotta start somewhere.
Sir. Everything all right, sir?
Yes, fine. I'm just preoccupied, that's all.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you once you're done?
Front of the Opera House. And be quick about it. Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
I remember I liked this opening at the time. Sequence 1, a deadly performance.
Invitation, please.
Covent Garden.
Shall I take your coat, sir?
New email received. Leave the Animus to read it. Animus database. Recent. This is not the last. This is not the last. What do you call it? Codex that they put out. But nowadays it's like an optional download thing. Sean! Yeah, he's the one who writes all this shit. Here's Ezio. Ezio died in Florence in 1524. And here's Altair.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to kindly find your seats.
So I'm not sure what the remaster does other than, I suppose, syncs it up better with modern tech. That's really it.
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
Why are you still in your cape?
My apologies.
You have no wig, sir! No wig! Listen to his line delivery here.
Evening, Haytham.
Reginald?
Yay!
I can't tell you how happy I was to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once. My father brought me here as a child. though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
No, I'm afraid it won't. On to business then. Do you see him?
And the statesman, because he's so great, thinks his trade as honest as mine.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched.
Shut up back
I'll
there.
find another way up.
Honest employment, so is mine. Like me
I
too.
already have.
Double capacity.
I wonder what play they have on.
Roads and fallen. For 'tis but fitting that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by 'em.
Sir, Black Mole at sick word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will order matters
1,000 pardons.
bring her off.
My apologies.
Very active and
My apology, he just shoves him aside. My way, you filthy peasants. Reginald Birch with London Merchants, another London merchant. Conveniently enough, also last name of Birch. Yeah.
a lazy dog. When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may mention a booking. For Tom Gag, £40.
Aha. Good thing no one will possibly see me here. Like, for example, when they are looking over... I suppose everyone's looking at the stage. Everyone.
If none of the gang take her off, she may in the common course.
Oh my.
Live at 12 months longer. I love to let women speak.
And that's not even his wife.
But always thinks the end Partridge's life was the breed of the game depends on it. Besides, here the law allows us no reward. There's
I can
nothing
smell the claret from here.
except our wives.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman, because to her I was obliged for my education. And to say a point word, she hath trained up more young fellows to the business
Aw.
of the dining table.
It's so tempting.
Observation is right. We and the surgeons are more Tis woman that seduces all mankind. Like her we first were taught.
Pick lock. Better not be a mini game, bro. Kinda is. Well, that's not the worst. Good God. You see? You see?
I've got a bit of stage fright.
Don't you courage or put a bloom in your cheek?
There we are at the Beggar's Opera. Beggar's Opera 1726. It's musical, one of the earliest ever created. Written by John Gay, writer and friend of Alexander Pope and Jonathan Swift, two of the prominent literary figures of the day. And if I'm right, didn't Jonathan Swift help found the Bow Street Runners? Opera was both popular and controversial. Popular partly because it was an excellent skewering of Italian opera, very popular at the time. Instead of complicated Italian songs, the Beggar's Opera features folk tunes audience would recognize, meaning you could hum along even if you didn't know Italian. It's controversial because of the subject matter. It's set in Newgate Prison. The main characters are all criminals who act much like the upper classes. Stand up of British nobility, including veiled criticism at the head of government, neither of whom traditionally have a sense of humour. Never met a queen who liked a knock-knock joke. Actually, I've never met a queen. I've met many empresses of my heart and other organs. Beggar's Opera was accused of being a base form of entertainment because its main characters were criminals accused of causing an increase in crime. I see criticism isn't just for movie and games, bloody opera corrupting our kids. They were riots at the Magic Flute. Whee! Uh-huh. This is actually, in all fairness, kind of fun.
Burning of the boards tonight.
He's a marvel.
When a gentleman is long kept in suspense, penitence might break his spirit ever after. Besides, certainty gives a man a good air upon his trial, and makes him risk another without fear or scruple. But all away.
Look at that beard. It does not match at all, that.
Haytham. You should have come to me. We would have found another way. Yes. But then you would have known. For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Stabby, stabby. They look like they're These graphics just, they don't look finished. Even for the style at the time. Ooh, bit of strumpin' tots. That was actually the best place for girls to pick up men, because all the men here would have had money and full of wine, and their wives weren't there. Your Highness, I'm looking forward for you to ruin many things.
Stateside balcony! Hurry!
Come, please!
Come on, please. This clear. Oh, damn.
A man was killed. I've done no wrong. I searched him. Any weapons?
He's Irish. Get him. How was he even let in the first place?
Did you notice anyone suspicious?
Order! We must have order!
I'm certain. Try to remember.
Order! We must have order!
At an opera?
Be careful.
At an opera? I guess we're more Italian than we thought.
Peace, friends. There is no danger. Peace, friends. There is no danger. Order! We must have order.
Doing about? I'm staying where it's safe.
Now, if anyone committed a crime, you will tell us, yes?
Imbecile. Peace, friends. There is no danger.
Maybe I'll stream later in the day just to deal with the sunlight, because I mean, I had to turn off the green screen.
I need to get out. It's too close in here. I must get some air.
And snuff. So much snuff.
I'll search along here. You search down there. Very well. If you find anyone, give a shout.
Anyone have my hat? I want my damn hat.
And how was the opera?
Rather dull, truth be told.
Shall we be off then?
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
Fucking Cylon.
Fascinating. Gentlemen, I hold in my hand a key. And if this book is to be believed, it will open the doors of a storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that will be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge. Perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma, these precursors. But of one thing I am certain.
They're also generic
those
looking.
doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first.
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command.
Kenway.
A job of this magnitude will
This is,
require more than just myself.
Of course.
The guy from
On this paper are the names of 5
4.
men sympathetic to
That's
our
his
cause.
son.
Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side...
Charles Lee.
Well, then I'd best be on my way.
Can't wait to kill all these
Our faith in
motherfuckers.
you was not misplaced. We booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn.
Well, you'll take like
And
5
bring honor to
days to get to it. Well, no, it might leave London, but it's most likely it wouldn't leave London. It would leave somewhere like Portsmouth. They keep it vague who you're siding with at this point. Who you are and what your intentions are. Soon, my baby.
Some fresh air might do me good.
Getting sick of eating all these rats. The Providence. Many sailing ships in the British Merchant Navy, which basically means it was a trading ship rather than one meant for war. Notice it's carrying cannon. So many for protection against pirates, privateer. Or for turning the ship into a privateer vessel should the need arise. Built in 1748, made several trips a year between Britain and North American colonies, with occasional visits to West Indies. The manifest does not indicate anything particular of interest. Mostly it carries staples like tea, molasses, cloth. Slave? No slave? Okay. Captained by part owner one Samuel Smythe. It's a reputation for cruelty and penny pinching. Incidentally, it's not exactly the way I keep good sailors on board. Crew is probably about inexperienced and disgruntled. Ideally, you want experienced crew who are hugely gruntled. Gruntled, hell yeah. Oh, you don't like much about 18th century vessels? Odd are, you won't notice the difference. Kind of weird that you don't see your own character yet. Just a Theatre Royal. Events. Beggar's Opera. Alright. God. Oh, I remember when everyone loved shanties. Play a game of dice. That's kind of interesting. Every area is that the items are going to is marked. But it wouldn't be like that, would it? It's a tad clean.
Good morning, Doctor.
To you as well.
A question, if I may. Do you serve aboard the ship, or are you simply taking passage?
A bit of both, actually. I've been commissioned by the Royal Navy to study maritime illness. I'll be observing the crew during the journey. We have found that sailors fare far better on the open seas than the rest of us. I hope to discover why that is.
Well, I hope you are successful in your endeavors.
As do I. Thank you for the kind words.
Cool. I guess.
A moment to talk?
Ah, a fellow Londoner. Good to see I'm not the only man of means aboard. Rupert Martin.
No, yes, only
Pleased to
rich
meet
people live in London.
Nathan Kenway. Pleasure.
Seems we picked an excellent time to leave the city.
Oh?
You didn't hear about the murder at the Opera House?
No. What happened?
They're still trying to sort it all out. And I suspect they'll be at it for a good long while.
Any word on the motive?
They've ruled out robbery, so perhaps it was a business arrangement gone sour. Or something more personal, more lurid. Who knows? But I am glad to be away from it. The city grows more dangerous by the day.
Luckily we have the thief catcher general to protect us, eh? Yes, that's weather the inside of the ship. That makes sense. Yep. Forbidden to go up on that one. I've been in a tall ship, and it's nowhere near this roomy. Of course, crossing the Atlantic today is easy as a plane ride, but it was much more difficult in colonial times. Even though I imagine tiny foods and cramped conditions like the one sitting next to a fat man for many hours is pretty much the same. Aw, I'm being called out here. I'm not always fat when I'm flying. I'll be chubby in January at this rate. I'm off to Scotland. Scotland would be a good Assassin's Creed setting. For European travelers, it was... What am I saying? That's Dishonored. Best 6-week voyage. Depends on delays. Could last months. Danger includes storms, and the opposite being becalmed. Sickness. Food running short and dying of boredom because you have nothing to do all day. For Africans captured as slavery, Atlantic voyage was much worse. Crossed the Middle Passage, usually to the Caribbean. Journey was just as long, but slaves were kept below decks and rarely allowed out in the fresh air. Men usually in shackles, they were given only one meal a day. Less if provisions ran low, disease was rampant, mortality rates were high. Never complain about being improperly touched by airport security again. Though to be fair, now we're firm friends. We're now firm friends, and Joanne was very gentle. So what? We're only... How many days have we been out at sea? 2? We might still be able to see the coast. Probably have to go to, if we left the channel... That could be Ireland off the coast there.
Captain?
Mr. Kenway.
I just wanted to thank you again for taking me aboard, and apologize for any inconvenience it may have caused.
Inconvenience would be an understatement.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
My ship was held in port for 2 days that we might accommodate you. I lost several contracts as a result.
I had no idea.
Of course not. You nobles are all the same.
Yes, that's why you would say that on board. I suppose he'd be allowed to say that on board his ship. But no one else will be allowed to. Of course, this is the birth of the series love affair with ships. My favorite part of modern day Assassin's Creed is the ships, but I think even that's run its course. Before we talk to him, I want to go and talk to our helmsman up here. At least I think he's a helmsman. You a helmsman?
Hello, sir.
Do you expect we'll have a pleasant crossing?
It is a quiet time of year, though rogue storms in troubled waters are not unheard of. But no need to fret. At worst, they'll prove an inconvenience. I'm more concerned about pirates and rogue privateers.
Have you encountered them before?
Aye. But the Providence is a strong ship, and her crew well trained. They will surely keep us safe.
That's cool. Counter argument: if there are pirates, why would they be this far, this close up to, you know, Britain? They're all out in the Caribbean, where the, I mean, there was raids right off the coast of the UK. But that's different.
And then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. Oh, you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence.
You are.
You might want to head back to your quarters.
Quarters.
Deck's no place for tender parnells.
So I thought. And yet here you are.
Fancy yourself a joker, eh? Let's see how funny you find this.
Oh, sure, we don't need to.
Enough, Graves. Stay out of this.
Sure, this is I mean, I get that they had to have a. Come on. They need to have a combat mechanic. They could have found something better.
Thinks he can swagger on up here and declare himself king of the castle.
Please, fellas, call this off. If the captain sees us...
The hell with the captain.
He's just literally up behind the box there to the left.
I'm ready to go again if you are.
This is unwise.
Why is that? You think I'm afraid of you?
No. But you should be.
Wow.
Do you yield?
Never!
Why?
How do you like these odds?
What's the meaning of this?
Captain,
explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
This is clearly your fault.
We were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about.
If they put an I at the end of that, that would be bad.
A word, please, Mr. Kenway.
Oh, I nearly forgot. There's your knife back.
Well, somebody's a dog shit captain.
I don't care for you, Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You're a poor leader, ill-tempered and cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
True.
Look, I don't want to argue. In fact, I need a favor.
Oh, this is rich.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive.
This escalated quickly.
Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Thank you.
But let me be clear. Should you ever dare to insult or threaten me again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood? Excellent. Good day.
Let me just pour out the wine, not into the mug, sure. Day 28. Yeah, that was day 2 and there was already a fight. This guy sucks as a captain. He's there addressing it.
Mr. Kenway.
Captain?
Whatever they're up to, I believe it's coming to a head.
I'd best get to work.
You don't think of maybe keeping that on your person? Investigate the crew. Investigate the crew.
He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that you should feast on lamb and wine, whilst we're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Tinned?
Someone needs to have words with him.
Mills tried. He's a shit. Captain turn him.
You looking for another fight? That it? Go away.
They're not my friends because I beat them up. Why are they giving gambling options if you can't actually gamble? I've read that as Dickhand. Lewis Mills is a Dickhand, originally from where we British somewhere optimistically call sunny Brighton. He got lovely love of sea from his father, who's also a sailor. Every time I've been to Brighton, it is sunny, so. He first took young Lewis to sea with him at the age of 10, sailing from London to Boston on a vessel named the Windward. Grew older, Mills kept working merchant marine, travelled the world, and gained a reputation as a reliable and level-headed sailor. He joined the crew in the Providence in 1752, staying with the captain and crew various hardships. Though by 1755, he was thinking of moving on.
Quite the basting you gave Graves and Quill.
Yeah, that was days ago now.
Choice. Aye. Blockheads, the both of them. Where are my manners? Louis Mills. Pleased to meet you.
Hatham Kenway. So, should I be watching my back?
I think the boys learned their lesson. They're normally not so nasty. Honest, it's just the past few crossings have been a bit rough.
Oh?
Captain's trying to cut costs. Reduce rations, lower wages, more dangerous cargo. It's put the crew on edge.
More
Is there
dangerous?
cause for concern, then?
Not if I can help it. But the captain needs to think about the way he treats his men.
Cool. Counter argument. Why did your audio change like that?
I ain't got nothing to say to you.
Also, as you can see, I can't actually blink.
You there. I have some questions for you.
That's nice, but I ain't got time to gossip. Probably wouldn't have anything useful to share anyway. You want information? Try the cook or the doctor. Everyone's always chatting them up.
True. Audio is still glitchy as weird as fuck. And they upgraded this? Christ.
Doctor, if you have a moment.
Get up, beep.
Have you taken in?
Oh, nothing like that. I was wondering if you'd heard any rumblings of trouble aboard.
What sort of trouble?
Unusual complaints or grievances? Men taking issue with the captain or
You
the
sound
passengers?
just like James. Like I told him, I've been much too busy with my research to notice anything not work-related.
And where might I find James?
The galley's your best bet. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I believe that's called a red herring.
Are you James?
Aye.
Atham Kenway. Pleased to meet you.
I know who you are.
I was hoping you could answer some questions.
Look how they it looks like they're fighting as much as they're dancing.
Follow me. Oh, what do you want to know?
Have you seen or heard anything out of the ordinary since we left port? Anything that gives cause for concern?
Some of the men have been gathering at night on the upper deck. I've only caught bits of their conversations, so I couldn't say for certain what they're up to. But I suspect it bodes ill.
Is it a mutiny they're planning?
All I know is they've little love for the captain. Mills has been trying to talk him down, but there's only so much one man can do.
Thank you for the information.
I only wish to see us reach the colonies alive.
Everyone acts kind of like, best way to put it, not right in brain. Night watch, huh? Okay.
Evening, sir.
How are things?
Calm and quiet. Just the way I like it. What brings you topside?
Thought I'd wander a bit. Stretch my legs. That's all.
Take care where you tread. The deck hides all manner of danger in the dark.
Luckily, we're not in the dark at all, is that right? Dolphins?
Someone's throwing cargo overboard. But why?
Piss buckets? No, this is meant to be nighttime, is it? How convenient. Even with the clouds covering the...
He's a shifty fella. Won't hardly take his hat off. Keeps his face hidden too.
Quiet! Here he comes. Make like you're working.
I heard that, I did.
Quite the basting you gave Graves and Quill.
Wasn't by choice.
Okay.
Aye. Blockhead.
Let's say, where's the handbook?
He's cut our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not
How
like
convenient.
we feast on lamb and wine.
A clue!
We're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Hardtack. You like your weevils? Crunchy.
Curious. Most curious.
Curiouser and curiouser. Day 33.
Any news? Each night it's the same. I scout one area, and they drop the painted barrels from another. I'm going to need to recruit an extra pair of eyes. Maybe James or Mills.
Why are they doing this?
Near as I can tell, the barrels serve as markers. They're leaving a trail. My fear is it's only a matter of time before whoever's following it...
Ship sighted aft! She's making ready to fire!
I mean, it's kind of pointless. We're still miles away from her.
Brace! Everybody down!
Later games we'll see
Warning
it.
shot. Seems they don't mean to sink us, but board us instead. Man the cannons! Make ready to fight!
Come
I
on.
want you below decks.
Why? Let me help you secure the ship.
Do you know how to rig a sail? To load a cannon?
Yes.
To wage war at sea?
Kill the enemy.
I didn't think so. Now return to your cabin. Or do I need to have you escorted?
I know how to
Secure the hatch!
fight. Well, actually, do I?
Have you been topside? A ship's appeared and means to board us. It's strange. There's no sign of mutiny aboard. Doesn't make sense.
Ah, but it does.
What do you mean?
Did you think you could escape from London so easily after what you did at the opera? That we wouldn't notice? That we wouldn't follow?
So that's what this is about.
Surrender, and I will see that you are treated with honor.
If you wish to treat me with honor, give me a sword.
Are you sure this is how you want to play it?
Luckily, we got some rusty cutlasses over here. Maybe this is like to use cudgels. Dude! Just... Like, it's not that complicated. Just stab him when he's down. I think they are rusty, or else this guy would be fucked. Of course, now he's got tetanus. Who doesn't at this age? Come on. There we go. Throw. Stab. This is kind of embarrassing. There we go.
I told you to stay below decks.
I did as you asked. Only Mills was there waiting for me. He's the one that drew that ship here. There was no mutiny. Only him.
What do they want?
Me.
Then they can have you.
Is that so?
They'll catch us anyway. There's nothing to be done.
I can think of something.
No, we'll
You
just...
wish us to sail into the storm.
It's our only chance.
Why?
I won't do it.
Yeah, no.
Then I will.
All right. All right.
We could just jump him, sir. We can, like, no one likes him. We can just, like, all jump him all at once. Or go into the storm, that works too. At least they were smart enough to have later that day, you know? It would take hours for this stuff to happen.
We need those ropes secured! I told you this was madness.
Arm yourself. I'll fix your sail for you.
Let the god rays. That hat's on bloody tight. Well. Blah. This ship is too fat. It wouldn't be going very fast. Of course, it is a merchantman.
More speed! Loose the sails! Haytham, you take the foremast! James, to the mainmast with you!
I mean, maybe we should have done this prior. Just saying. We've been on this storm for like 2 hours. Irish summertime. Except it's the middle of summer and we're going through a heat wave. Climate change is fun, kids. St. Elmo's fire, why? I'm slipping.
Hurry! I can't hold on much longer.
He sounds like Nigel from Nigel and Marmalade.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Well, actually, Priscilla. Patricia. Oh. Nice. Ships were made like crap back then. You should hear, you start hearing like steel drums being played. What, you don't like your ingots? Burb. Sure, this cape is going to be fantastic in the sweltering Caribbean heat.
Make ready for our arrival, men!
Well,
arrival? I see no land, only this interminable fog.
The gulls tell us all we need to know. Climb into the crow's nest and you'll see.
So we got to address how long it took us to put the mast back up. I mean, they do have spares. Oh, are we gonna get our title drop now? Yep. I can smell the overpriced coffee from here. We have arrived at Boston. Look, there's Mark Wahlberg beating the shit out of someone. Boston. Townsend. Just astral projecting, taking notes everywhere.
Master Kenway! Master Kenway!
Yes, may I help you?
Charles Lee, sir. A pleasure to make your...
Don't blame me about my son.
You to the city, help you settle in. Oh, no need, sir. I've arranged for your bags to be delivered to the inn.
Charles. Life Horse Harry Lee. That is... Charles Lee was a British soldier who went on to be a major figure in the Revolutionary War. Lee's father was a colonel in the British Army, starting his son off a military career early. He was sent to a military academy in Switzerland during his formative years, and in 1746 Lee became an ensign in his father's regiment. He was sent to the colonies in 1755 to fight the French and Indian Wars. Under Edward Braddock, he then later at Fort Ticonderoga, where he was injured in the fighting. Lee recovered and later fought in Fort Niagara. I always thought it was a lot of forts fights. Fought. He finished his time in the colonies with British conquest of Montreal. Ha ha. Lee returned to England in 1760, possibly because he was seeking career advancement. He was named a major in 1761 and sent to fight in Spanish in Portugal. His service record was good, didn't receive praise and returned home. In fact, he returned to his army at half pay. After that, became a vocal critic and military higher up. And the British Prime Minister found his military career had inexplicably completely stalled. Wow, I wonder if that was Jay the Kid or something.
Isabella's son.
Ooh.
One and the same.
Got $3
Your
grand.
commission is with Edward Braddock, is it not?
Aye. But he's yet to reach America, and I figured I might... Well, at least until he arrives. I thought...
Yes? Out with it.
Forgive me, sir. I had hoped that I might study under you. If I am to serve the Order, I can imagine no better mentor than yourself.
Kind of you to say, but I think you overestimate me.
Impossible, sir. This way.
Thief! Someone stop him!
The accents really wouldn't have kicked up yet. A lot of them would have still sounded the exact same. But it would have been started.
Boston's quite a lively city.
There's all manner of things to see and do. Once you've settled in, I suggest you take some time to walk the streets. Who knows what opportunities you might discover.
Like towers to climb?
Need to fetch a few things before we get to work.
I'll arrange for horses while you do that.
One day, I'll be either Nate or Nora, scrapping all this stuff for parts. Markets. Number of public markets to colonies, meaning you can get supplies easily. Of course, playing goods is another matter. Currency was incredibly complex. People paid in English, Spanish, French, and Portuguese coins. Wampum, New Jersey, and New York bills, magic beans, laundromat coins, the list goes on. Simplify everything down for you in the Animus. You're welcome. While some markets sell a variety of goods, like Faneuil Hall in Boston, are more specialized. New York's Conti Slip was mainly a fish market. Most markets sold a bit of everything. In a market for African slaves, Peck Slip was the place to go. Yes, slavery was legal at the time, though it was less common in Boston than in New York. Large slave population in the north. Don't be surprised to see European servants for sale either. Some were sold in fixed number of years to pay back passage. Much better deal than the slave was offered. Yeah, that's the indentured servants. All those douchebags you hear in America going like, oh, the Irish were this and the Scottish were that. Yeah, they didn't get a great deal, but I'd take that any day of the week. Urchins! No! Begone, urchins! For I am wealthy. I sometimes say that to homeless people in real life. I think I've told this story, but I had a friend who, for his debs, he got us all into a limo and we went up to a really poor part of Dublin, and he got a couple of £100 worth of pennies, and he just opened up the side of the door when they found someone. He just flung the coins and screamed, "Affluence! Affluence for all!"
Damn sprigs. This accursed city will be the death of me.
Wow, Benjamin, you haven't aged a bit.
That's because I am. Greatly so, in fact.
What's happened?
I was robbed. The old Balkan file. Though I've managed to restore what's
It was probably those swarthy Germans.
You mean the book? This is no ordinary book. It's an almanac. The first I ever wrote. Benjamin Franklin, pleased to meet you.
Hatham Kenway.
Oh yes, I've heard of your numerous
Must be new in
affairs.
Boston.
With underage girls at that.
You're still possessed of
Some of them
virtue.
are adults.
To stop and help an old lout like myself. I don't mean to impose, but you seem a spry fellow. Should you happen to find my missing pages, I'll reward you.
And it begins.
It's all right, all right.
Don't worry,
If you have the time, hurrah!
It's
If
not.
No harm done. The thing is useless in its current state anyway.
Why does he sound like Paul Giamatti?
I'll manage to restore it. You'll find me inside that general store over there.
By the way, sir, you smell like shit.
That was interesting.
Everyone smells like shit. Collect Almanac 17. Fine, well. Let the French spelling confuse you. Name is spelled and pronounced Fanwy or Fannel. And wrong is a good way to indicate you're not from around here, or providing you're not French. To my experience, is a real boon. Because he's English. Alright, I also don't like the French. Also, if you want to pass as a local, you should take a good look at the weather vane. It's a Boston landmark. Legend has it in the War of 1812. Suspected spies were asked what's on top of Faneuil Hall. True to say what, it's a grasshopper. The building was named after Peter Faneuil, a local merchant who paid to build it. He placed local farmers to sell their goods onto the carts to stop crowding the streets. Also, you have to walk near farmers. However, was a meeting hall on the second floor, which gave it building its nickname the Cradle of Liberty. That rather ostentatious, dare I say American, as its nickname. Non-accurate. People may hear to protest the Stamp Act. First anti-tea tax meeting was also held here. British meetings occasionally drew crowds so large buildings couldn't hold them. The point went on to the Old South Meeting Hall. During the Siege of Boston, the meeting hall here was made over into a theatre. Since plays are only kind of banned Boston under ordinary circumstances, something I think should still be law, actually. Example of British loyalty, sticking it to the rebels.
The Boston Country Journal, for all your country matters.
Okay. Committee of Correspondence. Since the American Revolution happened in dark days before there was internet, where there was telephone, organising colonial opposition, British were a little tricky. Want to make you cry, but these clowns didn't even have dial-up. The solution was to send out writers bearing letters to inform colonists or going on, became known as Committees of Correspondence. Fancy name for letters. Did not know, amazed you have ever read this far. Actually, I'm amazed you can even read this far. Samuel Adams created one of the first committees of correspondence back in... Oh wait, I should say in a really depressed sort of... Samuel Adams created one of the first committees of correspondence in Boston in 1772. In particular, he wanted to keep people outside of Boston informed about town meetings, so the governor couldn't invite only his friends to meetings. That would be less meeting, more a dinner party. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Adams' committee worked so well that everyone started using it. Eventually all the colonies had their own committees, focused on presenting united fronts against British imposed taxes and supported boycotts of British goods. Really, Adams should have patented the idea. He could have made a fortune. But Benjamin? They made him so less... They can do fat characters, there's no excuse. Benjamin Franklin was a round-inventor, diplomat, and one of the signers' Declaration of Independence. Traditionally, he was a rock star of the age. He was. He's a very, very famous motherfucker. Benjamin Franklin was born in Boston in 1706, 10th son of a soap maker. 10 sons. Parents couldn't afford television. Also, there was no television. And working in brothers in 1718. Don't expect me to say everything, do you?
The Plough is pleased to announce the opening of its new dining hall. Whatever the occasion, if you've a party, we've the space.
Ah, hello. Welcome.
Normal weapons. Normal sword. Just normal sword. Blade is useful to settle matters quickly and effectively when close combat. Its North's approach makes it reliable under weather conditions, especially when black powder is dripping wet and unusable. Guard is wide and protects the wielder's hands. Sometimes it may also be used to punch an opponent. Painful, but doable. Flintlock. Better accuracy at short range. Less powerful than the musket. However, more comfortable in the fight, battlefield. Easier to wield, offering more versatility because of the time it takes to reload after every shot. 2 or more. Try crafting pistol sheath. Yeah. Crafting hasn't even been unlocked yet. Nah.
Everything to make them jump out of the water. Settlers wishes it to be known a great clearing of leather infantry shall take place
There.
on Friday. To be quick your jobbing with.
Nope. Yeah, that's fine.
Frontier fort watched over by royal forces has been surrendered to the French. No further details are known.
Or is it?
We ride for the Green Dragon Tavern.
The Green Dragon!
Are eccentric, but the rooms are spacious and they do not pry.
Have you been told why it is I've come to Boston?
No, Master Birch said I should know only as much as you saw fit to share. He sent me a list of names and bade me ensure you could find them.
And have you had any luck with that?
Aye. William Johnson waits for us at the Green Dragon.
How well do you know him?
Not well, but he saw the order's mark and did not hesitate to come.
Prove yourself loyal to our cause. And you may yet know our plans as well.
I should like nothing more, sir.
Do you like my voice? It sounds like me spoofing on a character who sounds like this without being a spoof. It is kind of awkward to weave in people. The Green Tavern. You aren't in Hobbiton. You're in Boston. Not the same thing. Boston. Boston. Tavern is sometimes called the headquarters of revolution, though I imagine what it is. Pronounced the headquarters of the revolution. The pub is a thirsty or headquarters of the revolution. Yeah. Popular place, people like Paul Revere and Samuel Adams. Always a good choice. Two of their friends and plot. Up to 1754, the tavern was owned by William Douglas. When he died, proprietors left to his daughter, Catherine Kerr, and her nephew, Cornelius Douglas. They divided their inheritance equally. Seams got along, famously. Freemasons bought the tavern in 1766 and renamed it the Freemasons' Arms, which didn't go stick because the sign above the door was still the Green Dragon. Freemasons, the secret society everyone knows about. Let's get a pub where we can meet and complete secrets no one will ever know. Brilliant, what should we call it? How about the Freemasons' Arms? Yeah. I like how in this world Masons exist, but we are in a world where the Illuminati exists. Never had about a full reveal ride planned here, that's unlikely. Warn the British were listening on some meetings. Stop making them super secret plans public. Someone tell the Masons you know where to find them. New weapon in shop. The French rapier. Iron sword. Light cavalry sword. French cutlass. Couteau sword. You know I'm gonna buy all these. There. No. I'm gonna get you. Oh. That's That's what I get for not paying attention.
You lying, cheating, no good son of a bitch.
Perhaps we've come at a bad time.
Oh, don't be foolish, dearies. Please, sit. Fancy something to eat? A drink, perhaps? Or is it a bed you require?
We've already let rooms here.
Oh, yes. Of course. Master's Lee.
How progressive.
Treadway, was it? I'll have your bags brought up.
There should be like goofy music being played for these two.
Do you require anything further?
Only privacy.
Of course. Whatever happens in Boston stays in Boston. That is saying it is now. Has to start somewhere. And that's why we say whatever happens in Delaware stays in Delaware. Because you can't stay quiet in Boston. Because they're noisy fucks.
Sir, William Johnson.
A pleasure. A good lad, if a bit earnest.
Oh yeah. He's a Scot.
I'm told you're putting together an expedition.
Where is
I
he?
believe there's a precursor site in the region. I require your knowledge of the land and its people to find it.
Sadly, my research has been stolen. Without it, I'm of no use to you.
I mean, I could just go and think about those things, but no, you have to go and look
My
for it.
associate, Thomas Hickey, has been making the rounds. He's quite good at loosening tongues.
Well, tell me where I can find him. I'll see if I can't speed things up.
We've heard rumors of bandits operating from a compound southwest of here. You'll likely find him there.
Charles?
Sir.
We'd best be off.
Of course.
Ba, 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 ba.
Tell me about yourself, William.
What's to tell? I was born in Ireland to Catholic parents, which I learnt early in life severely limited my opportunities. So I converted to Protestantism and journeyed here at the behest of my uncle. But I fear my uncle Peter was not the swiftest of men. He sought to open trade with the Conyan Gahaga, but chose to build his settlement away from the trade routes instead of on them. I tried to reason with the man, but as I said, not the swiftest. So, I took what little money I'd earned and bought my own little plot of land. I built a home, a farm, a store, and a mill. Humble beginnings, but well situated, which made all the difference.
So this is how you came to know the Mohawk?
Indeed, and it has proved a valuable relationship.
But still no mention from your contacts of the precursor site? No hidden temple or ancient constructs?
Yes and no.
Look at their heads
Which is to
move.
say, they had their fair share of sacred sites. Earthen mounds, forest clearings, hidden caves. But nothing matching what you describe. No strange metals, no odd glows.
It is well hidden.
Even to them, it seems. But cheer up, my friend. You'll have your precursor treasure. I swear it.
To our success, then.
And soon.
Huh. Right. Boop, boop, boop. Thomas Hickey, Irish-born member of British Army, arrived in Boston, 52. He was assigned William Johnson personal card, parents John request, probably because their families were connected in Ireland, and they were Hickey funny. Hickey Sir Johnson. I've known a few Hickeys over here. They also left Army. Hickey disappeared from the historical records. I know a separate mention of a William Johnson household accounts payments to T.H. Possibly Hickey was working with a spy. Develops took her codes to crack in. Johnson. And speculated British principal treaty negotiation due to people in the north part of the colonies, particularly the Iroquois. Johnson was born in Ireland, moved to colonies 1738. Looked after his uncle's property, however, wasn't quite branded out business himself. Property, Mount Johnson. Mount Vernon, Mount Johnson. Caveman. It sounds like mating instructions from a caveman. Yeah. Parcel line, which named Fort Johnson. Johnson befriended the indigenous people of the area. Language he learned. Customs response. Player contacts. Yeah. Okay. Onwards! Actually, hold on. Something rather important I need to check out. Okay. Want you to just remember one thing, folks, to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the links in the doobly-doo. That's actually more than one thing, but it's all kind of related. And we're all kind of related. We're all God's children. Except for that dude. We don't have the heart to tell him. I just realized we just popped out of nowhere, now leaving. Alright.
Thomas Hickey?
Who's asking?
Haytham Kenway.
Is that supposed to mean something?
Show some respect, boy.
Peace, Charles. William Johnson sent us in the hopes we might expedite your search.
Don't need no expediting. Don't need none of your fancy London speak neither. I found the men that done the theft.
Then why are you just lazing around?
Figuring out how to deal with those varlets.
I have an idea.
Well, let's hear it.
I'll kill the lookout, take up a position behind the guards. You two approach from the front. When I open fire on the group, you charge in. We'll have the element of surprise on our side. Half will fall before they've even realized what's happened.
Back when you could, in theory.
Get into position. But wait for me to take the first shot.
Kill the mercenaries with firearms. Alright. Pick up a musket.
Go on now, before you make us mad.
Were there bandits in this point? That's how you do that. Brown best. You should be clubbing them. Alright, mate.
Fall back! Fall back! We'll be safe inside!
Yeah, what's up, boy?
We can blow the door with those. Go on, shoot them.
Alright. Sorry, its stream just went all wonky on my end. Hang on. That is not. Oh, that actually makes more sense. My bad.
On with the show then.
Baby. Oh, look at it mocking me here.
Guess they wasn't so safe inside after all.
That should kind of count as a. Received the stolen chest. Okay.
Lay down your weapons, and I'll consider letting you live.
I make you the same offer. We've no quarrel. I only wish to return this chest to its rightful owner.
Nothing rightful about Mr. Johnson.
I won't ask again.
Agreed.
Q. Hey, come on. Brick. I wanted that shot.
Your kind has no need for books and maps. Who put you up to this?
Never seen a person. It's always been dead drops and letters. But they always pay, so we do the jobs.
Well, those days are done. Tell your masters I said as much.
Who should I say you are?
You don't? They'll know.
Atham! This one's got some shot on him. You might want to be grabbing it on account of your pistol being parked.
A shame so many have to die.
Didn't plan for that.
The Green Dragon, then. I need a drink.
Didn't plan for that. Kind of funny.
Careful, gents. We've company.
Don't let go of the chest, Charles. We'll take care of this rabble.
Wait, them bodies is sure to have loot on them. Would be a shame to let it all go to waste.
Are you mad? In case you've forgotten, we're in the midst of something.
Aw, why's you always got to go and spoil this fool?
In all fairness, we are basically paid in loot, so, you know. Typical America, no one cares, people are just shooting. They even have the Second Amendment yet, and you're already acting like it's the most normal thing in the world. Come on.
Come on now. It's just a few fools with knives. They ain't so tough.
It's not the scoundrels I'm concerned with.
I mean, no, they're not. Hello. Woo! Escalate quickly. Aha! Load. Come on. Bang. Give me that. Yeah. Right. Serpentine.
Oi! Mr. Johnson's gonna need to double my pay after all this if he expects me to keep at his side.
I mean, look at this one. He's merging into me chest. I didn't sign up for that.
There you are.
My thanks, Master Kenway. Now, tell me what it is you need.
The images on this amulet, are they familiar to you? Perhaps one of the tribes has shown you something similar.
It appears Kanyan Gahaga in origin.
Can you trace it to a specific location? I need to know where it came from.
With my research returned, perhaps. Let me see what I can do. Thomas!
What?
Rent yourself a room. And a bath as well. I suspect we'll be here for a while.
Huzzah! Oh. Mine. Huzzah. Well, I'm not quite sure where anything is around these parts. Suppose I'll have to go wandering.
Mr. Roberts would like to remind the city youth not to flare.
Long ago, I had an ancestor. His name was the Mantle. I honor his legacy. Killing guards on rooftops, assuming there's any. I can't see a parish church, but I can see a bullshit jump. Ba-da-ba. 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 The old corner bookshop. Ow. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-da. The old Submarine House. Perfect. Assuming you can interact with them at this time. Look at the way you can just more or less climb anything. There, synchronize. Synchronize. Synchronize? Nope. Well, I'll be. Bah. That early in the game, we don't even have the synchronization. What's the point of letting me wander about if it's not going to let me do some checklists? Delivered the letters in Boston. British regulars. So, cup of tea and some beans on toast. Okay, don't load then. British regulars have been a foot soldier of the British Army. You also hear them being referred as redcoats because of the red coats part of their uniform. So you better see that coming. Or lobsterbacks because they're huge deadly pincers. Or the red coat thing. Regulars in colonies have been notoriously underpaid and many look for work outside their army duty to make ends meet. Of course, their room and board was paid by the government, meaning they could charge lower than average rents for their work. Since unemployment high in Boston for the revolution, imagine unpopular among the people, talk from the old corner bookshop. Lot to carry at the moment. In a few decades, it's building me home to Ticknock and Fields, leading American publisher of the day. That sounded a bit dull, but building me home American literature, thinking authors like Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Harriet Beecher Stowe, even Charles Dickens, all met here. Of course, given the state of American education, it's possible you don't know any of these people are. Said Minty Clithrone and Pippi Boom Boom. He seems to look impressed. Buildings host some of the key events of American Revolution, mostly by accident. That was one of the largest buildings in Boston, some meeting of after Boston Massacre. Demands governor remove British troops from the city. Aye. Deliver her shit. I wish all I had was enough money to go to an ale house right now. A public house. I kind of do, but might have to leg it tomorrow. Slim, very slim, like 10% chance I might not be able to stream tomorrow. A shame, because I'm planning to play the RoboCop game here. Guess this is an easy way of getting around the city.
You have my everlasting gratitude, sir.
Here is £500, the equivalent of basically a couple of million, or at least a low 100k, 100 to mid k actually. Normal sword or a French rapier. It's got better damage. French rapier is made of slight blade which ends a very pointy, piercing tip. Characteristic hilt to the rapier is well decorated. Still protects the wielder hand properly. Those blade edge are sharp enough for some mischief. Joe, point is the best technique. Oh, I'm not allowed to use any of these things. Boo. I own all these things, but I haven't been able to unlock them yet. Smoke bombs. Man. That's mean. As you can imagine, I'm going to play a lot of this offline where I'll just be grinding.
Hello again.
More almanac pages?
Not quite. It's a treatise, actually.
Oh? Concerning what?
The benefits of taking an older woman as a lover.
Really? This I'd like to hear.
First and most obvious, they're wiser. And so this makes for far more stimulating conversation. Makes other things more stimulating as well, but more on that in a moment.
All right. Your argument for experience makes some sense.
Second, when beauty fades, women must improve their utility, lest they be discarded and forgotten. Rare is an old woman who is not also kind, compassionate, and good.
That's something of a generalization.
But also true. Now, on to the third. Older women cannot conceive, which means one less thing over which to fret. In fact, you also decrease the chance of acquiring something like the French pox, its presence clearly visible, or the woman dead.
And should one desire a child?
Then make a young woman your wife. Let the older one be a mistress. And that brings me to my fourth point. With age comes prudence. An older woman is less likely to reveal your indiscretions.
Yes. I suppose you know quite a bit about that.
And proud of it, thank you.
He was about 50-50 on it.
Because in every animal that walks upright, the deficiency of the fluids that fill the muscles appears first in the highest part. The face first grows lank and wrinkled, then the neck, then the breast and arms. The lower parts continuing to the last as plump as ever, so that covering all above with a basket, and regarding only what is below the girdle, it is impossible of two women to know an old from a young one. And, as in the dark all cats are gray, the pleasure of corporal enjoyment with an old woman is at least equal and frequently superior, every knack being by practice capable of improvement.
You mad bastard.
Well, it's true, and believe me, I should know. I've sampled
Spitting
a great
fire.
many. You should try one as well. Like a fine wine, they only improve with age. Although I suppose if left unattended too long, some have a tendency to sour. And That, my friend, is a most unpleasant experience. Better to work in a field often plowed, you know?
Is there more?
Indeed.
Oh my god, this keeps going.
The truth is this: the sin is less. To take a maidenhead is a great responsibility. Mishandled, it can ruin lives. No such risk with an older woman. And this implies the seventh. Younger women are more given to compunction. Anxiety and unease are not present in the more aged and experienced. And as to the last of my reasons, well, it's really quite simple. Older women are so very grateful for the attention.
You make a compelling argument, Mr. Franklin. I might just have to run a few tests myself.
I highly recommend it.
That was a thing.
The Baron de Montesquieu has died at the age of 66.
No! Ooh, that was close. I mean, I think they're underselling just how much trim he was getting. Did I say trim, unironically? Oh, what has happened to Lev? No. His numerous partners. Trim. Alright, for that I'm going in 50 minutes. Let's chat livens up. Actually, in all fairness, my back's starting to give out. I have about 50 minutes left. Trim. Fuck's sake. So I don't leave Lev alone to his own devices. Especially when he wants it. I don't know what I want. Maybe beer. Like a good beer. I know, from me? Can you believe that?
Evening, gentlemen.
Charming.
Oh, peace, Charles. He'll grow on you.
Oi! Catherine, you fussock! Get back here! Taddy needs a drink.
How fares the search?
Maths and maps are not cutting it.
What of your local contacts?
We'll need to earn their trust before they'll share what they know.
I have an idea on how we might be affecting that. There's a man who's taken to enslaving natives. Rescue them, and they'll owe us.
Do you know where they've been?
Afraid not.
Benjamin Church will. He's a finder and a fixer. He's also on your list.
And there I was, wondering whom I might solicit next. Well done.
She's the most attractive woman of this age. I have most of my teeth, I do. Oh, wow. The church residence. Sure. Ha, they wouldn't know that looks like America. They'd know the gist of this. My God, just think of all the overpriced knickknacks that now occupy this area. Insane. Also, a big old swamp.
Wonderful. Charles?
Sir?
I'm so glad we don't have a police force yet.
Seems like we're not the only ones looking for Mr. Church.
Damn it, he could be anywhere. What do we do?
We find him. Come. I'll show you how.
Orange marks. These targets must not be killed. Eavesdrop. Oh, the eavesdropping. Oh. Boo.
Should we write his family, do you think?
Not our business to meddle, even if we've the best of intentions.
But if you could have seen it, they were surely drunk carrying on like that, and during the day, no less.
For the finest, daintiest sleeve ruffles this side of Paris.
This wasn't a good mechanic.
Church Street, past the Common.
What scandalous behavior from one who aims to be a surgeon. Not likely if he keeps up such carousing.
One Samuel Adams, a Boston town tax collector, has been
Truly a shameful display. Benjamin's parents would be mortified.
Perhaps I should send someone to retrieve him before he damages his reputation beyond repair.
Piggy. Friend. Kitty.
They stumbled off to the northeast, no doubt in search of a tavern or some other place of ill repute.
Start questioning those on the street.
Like a Catholic church.
Putney's on Mill Road. Name and reputation.
I keep thinking the heating's on, but it's the feckin'... It's the heat of the sun. We're actually going to be in for the hottest day of the year tomorrow. I think it's pushing like 30, don't laugh. There. See, I knew the gist of it. Aha! Let me literally defy gravity while having one foot completely gone.
Listen. With luck, one of those people knows what became of Benjamin.
Right.
I've asked the criers, but they all plead ignorance.
Bugger that!
Well, what can I do? Threats light off them and I'll not deign to grovel.
Actions speak louder than words, my friend. Arrest one and put him in stocks. See if he's so glib then.
To do so without cause will set them singing songs about us. Last thing the city needs is town criers complaining about our abuse of authority.
Then forget it. The crime is done. The killer's gone. Those who know won't share their secrets. If the city wishes to harbor scoundrels, let them pay the price for it.
Alright. Eavesdrop on a moving group of guards. Oh man. I don't wanna. That sounds complicated and dull. I'm an idiot. My back is a little bit sore.
So he says to church that one way or another the debt will be settled. Going under now. These green times ahead.
What do you think they're planning?
All I know is it can't be good. Cutter was with him.
Probably looking for a nice, quiet place to do the deed.
What is that
From what I hear
accent?
tell, his work usually involves quite a bit of scrutiny.
Which reminds me, we'd best not buy any meat tomorrow.
Good call, that.
I asked if I could help, and they waved me away. Insisted it was all under control.
How odd. Did they say what had happened?
No. Only that it was a trifling matter, and he'd be returned home soon. There was some blood, though, so I wonder if it wasn't more serious than they let on.
Where were they taking him?
Towards the hilltop. Perhaps there's a doctor at the fort.
See, Charles? We'll have church in no time, just as I said we would.
If I might ask, sir, where did you learn to do all this?
It is a requirement when you are raised in the manner that I was. Perception is fundamental to the Order. It guides the feet when running and climbing.
The Order.
Informs the hands when striking and fighting. But most important, it transforms the senses, and we begin to know the world in a different way.
Like we're in a video game series that produced a lot of really annoying fanboys and some problematic shit later on.
Careful. The place is well guarded. We need to slip past them.
Why? I want to. But he's kind of dumb. Well, obviously I'm not going to kill him. A well-known pastime back in ye olden times, parkouring was a vital part of society. Hello! Sorry lads. I'll just let myself be murdered now, won't I? Oh, I see. That didn't work. How about I just do this instead? Hello. Wait. Ow. I'm alright. He's alright, keep shooting at him. Blast, I wish we had bullets that could actually instantly murder you. Ow. I'm intentionally fucking this up because I want to. Woo! Oh no, Light Horse Harry Lee is dead. Now he won't become a father.
See, Charles? We'll have a church in no time. Just as I said we would.
If I might ask, sir, where did you learn to do all this?
It is a requirement when you are raised in the manner that I was. Perception is fundamental to the Order. It guides the feet when running and climbing, informs the hands when striking and fighting.
I don't think these capes are a good idea for, you know, all this,
Careful. The place is well guarded. You need to slip past them.
Shizer. Bop, bop, bop. Aha!
Locked. I'll have to find the key. Wait here.
Right, so how do I... How could that happen? Close enough. Well, you didn't have to kill them.
Why must you always make these things so difficult, Benjamin? Merely provide me with recompense, and all shall be forgiven.
I'll not pay for protection I don't need.
Clearly, you do require protection. Else we wouldn't be here. How very gauche. Now, what shall we do about our guest?
Maybe I'll take his hands. Put an end to his surgery. Maybe I'll take his tongue. Put an end to his waggling. Or maybe I'll take his cock. Put an end to his fucking us.
So many options.
Get rid of that crappy little ponytail.
Take all three.
No, hold a moment. Perhaps I was hasty in refusing you earlier.
I'm so very sorry, Benjamin. But that door has closed.
Be reasonable, Silas.
I rather think I was. But you took advantage of my generosity. I won't be made a fool a second time. I fear I lack the constitution to bear witness to such barbarism. Come find me when you're finished, Cutter.
You'll regret this, Silas, do you hear me? I'll have your head!
No. I rather think you won't.
Parents must be so very proud to have raised a specimen like yourself.
Quiet now. I need to
Okay. Wasn't expecting that. I feel like groggy as shit. I had any water?
I gotta decide where to start. Just a quick little swipe and no more ears. How's that sound, Mr. Church?
At least I'll be spared. Renee Brattle. Your parents must be...
Aha! I stabbed you in a nondescript location on your body.
Who are you?
Hatham Kenway, at your service.
I don't understand. Why are you here?
Walk with me, Mr. Church, and all will be explained.
Okay. Sorry. You're making fun of my hat, aren't you? It's a good hat. Mommy made for me. Yes, yes. More laudanum with the wounds I had, and alcohol. Perfect
Francis told
combination.
me what you intend. As it happens, the man who held me is the same one that you seek. His name is Silas Thatcher.
That fancy lad is our slaver?
Don't let his velvet tongue deceive you. A crueler and more vicious creature I've never known.
What can you tell me of his operation?
He hosts at least 100 men, more than half of whom are redcoats.
All this for some slaves?
Hardly. The man's a commander in the King's troop, in charge of the Southgate Fort.
We need to find a way inside. Let me think on it. In the meantime, I'll attend to our final recruit.
John Pitcairn's our man. I'll take you to him.
Alright, let's do this one and then let's wrap up. I wasn't shocked to find this would be a bit of a slow day today for streaming.
More kindling for the pyre, eh? Well, go on then.
As you can see, we don't even have guns that are barreled.
Did you forget, sir? My commission is with General Braddock. When I'm not attending to you, of course.
God, no, I don't know why I feel absolutely wrecked. But I still have to do the last bit of me workout.
Pitcairn, you fool! Your acts are treacherous. Give me one good reason I shouldn't kill you right now. Were you planning to announce yourself, or did you hope my men
Sir,
wouldn't notice your
if
arrival?
you'll allow me to explain.
By all means. I should like very much to hear this.
I have not deserted, sir. I am here under Commander Amherst's orders.
Show me a letter bearing his seal, and you might be spared the gallows.
I have no such thing. The nature of my work, sir,
It's the sort of thing best not put to paper.
Hatham.
General Braddock?
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Wolves often travel in packs.
Master Pitcairn won't be here for but a few weeks. I shall return him to his proper post once our work is finished.
The devil's work, no doubt. It's bad enough my superiors have insisted I grant you use of Charles. But they said nothing about this traitor. You'll not have him.
Edward, listen to reason.
We're done here. See these gentlemen out.
Okay. You just keep using the
that didn't go as
Assassin's
I
Creed
And to think I used to call him...
convoluted shit.
What now? They'll chase us off if we try and return.
We're done with this camp. As luck would have it, so are they. Come along.
What are you planning?
To steal Master Pitcairn.
What?
You'll see. Now, when I give the signal, you're to distract Braddock's patrol and lure them into a dead end.
French have protested to our king, and diplomatic negotiations are underway. Saddlers of the First Water, Putney's on Mill Road.
We're perhaps down Marlborough. No. It's one of Lynn or Ship Street. Yes. Those fresh arrived are often soon in dire straits. They're more likely to seize upon an opportunity to fatten their purses and feed their young.
Bum, 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 bum. Like the drummers' outfits. One day you guys will be the nerdiest people in school. I mean, you're the nerdiest people right now in the army.
Now!
From the Albany Congress, a renewed diplomacy with the Mohawk has been...
Oi! You thieves and scoundrels, one and all! Boy on you and your false war!
Blah! Blah! Whoop, 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 whoop. And we never saw him again. That's a hanging or at least a flogging offense right there.
Unhand him, Edward.
You again.
Let us go. And John Pitcairn with us.
No.
I will not have my authority challenged.
I have the roundest face here. I lead.
Put them all in chains.
Counter argument. Bang. Come on, boys. Who wants to go first? You? 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 Didn't even see that. Prevent snitches? Well, we do need to make sure they have stitches, right? Hello.
Stay my hand today because you were once my brother, and a better man than this. Or should our paths ever cross again, all debts will be forgotten. You're free now, John.
No, we're not.
Traitor! Go on then. Join them on their fool's errand. And when you find yourself lying
I assume
broken,
you've good reason for causing all this madness. What is it you require?
I like how no one cares. It really doesn't like that I didn't do full synchronization. I would be very low energy opposite if that was the case. I forget the word. But that's not who I am. It can't be who I am. Doggo friend. Bubby. Bup, 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 bup. What does it say how much Coin I have. Oh, there it is, down the corner. Right, my bad. 500. Probably can't get anything with that. But listen, now the whole place is opened up. So we can get started. In doing what we all know this game is famous for. What all these games are famous for. Fucking checklists. In fact, now might be a good time just to wrap it up. Hello. Goodbye. Wow. What the hell happened there? Whee! Jesus Christ. Don't. Stop. Stop. There. Now that's a Boston Massacre for you. Never put that inside the, At least, I might regret this, but at least the civilians are as annoying as all the other ones leading up to it. Filth! You are filth! Daring, though reckless. You must be touched in the head. Alright. Ah! Close enough. There's still a part of the U.S., I think New Jersey, they still have this accent. I'm gonna go and grind. Get experience, get money, get upgrades. All that good stuff. This is where I say goodbye to you guys because I am quite out of gas. And I'm feeling peckish, which is kind of strange because I normally... I don't know. I had dinner like 4 hours ago or something. Oh. Gonna do my last workout of the evening, a little bit of time on the bike, and then while that's going on, I'll pop on me meal. But I'll be back tomorrow for, like I said, unless I can't, but I really doubt that's gonna happen. I'll be back tomorrow for this show again, where we are going to play the RoboCop game. You know what I'm all about. Links in the doobly-doo, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Yeah. Any future Assassin's Creed will be done over on Twitch. So you'll be seeing that in the near future. Not much else to say except might not have a show on Saturday. But yeah. I don't know. Dude, the voice actor of James died from Team Rocket. That's a lame one to end up on. Make it double. Alright. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Screw Summer Life.